Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 115, Nasdaq up 10, S&P's up 5.5, gold contract down $20, traded at $1,175 an ounce. Silver down 40 cents at $15.63 an ounce. Platinum down 20 at $1,181 an ounce. Copper flat at $2.90 a pound. Light sweet crude down $1.77 at $55.36 a barrel. Bonds, you have the 10-year up 1 tick, 30-year up 7 ticks. In both cases, folks, they've rejected lower price once again. They want higher price. Bottom line, October 15th is game. Those highs are October 15th. King dollar up 9 ticks, 99 ticks rather, at 89.94. That's at a high. Euro down 5 ticks at 122.23, and the yen is trading up 50 at 119.99. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? We have got to 2076 out here today on the cash. The cash high is 2079.47. Friday, triple witching, quad witching actually. Big volume coming in the market. We take a look at the NYSE. What you have with the NYSE is that we did $2.4 billion today, of course, and tomorrow. Wednesday's a half a day. Friday, the market is open. I expect that's going to be light also. Today we're going to be running about $650 million. That's about it. Dow Industrials. We're going to take a look at the Dow Industrials. Dow Industrials right now are trading at 17,924. The high in the Dow is at 991. So I suspect that high is going to get whacked. Nasdaq Composite. Inside the Composite, what we have, Composite also did big volume last Friday. The number on the Composite was $3.2 billion. And what neither of them did, just to wrap your head around this, so they didn't take out the swings. So today you're going to have light volume on the Nasdaq. The high of the Nasdaq is 48.10. Right now we're at 4776. Gold contract. We take a look at gold. What you have with gold is this. Gold's down $20 with light volume. You get 115,000 contracts. That 115,000 is coming into 342,000. If you want to, we'll do the GLD, the Street Tracks Trust. So you can see that correlation. They're going to need a lot more volume to basically get this into lower price. This is what you have. The GLD is down 191. We've done 5.2 million shares today. That 5.2 million is going into 15.6 million as well as 18.2 million. We have reached a low out there of 112.64 today. The 112.88, if I can close over that, that would be really sweet because that would be a rejection of the October 31st high of the low. Bonds. We go take a look at the bond market. What we have is this. The ever-ready bond market, folks, just continues to refuse to get to lower price, stay at lower price, all of the above. This bond market wants higher price, and that's where there's some divergence out here in a big way. TYH5. So inside the 10-year bond right now, you're trading sideways. It had rejected lower price on Friday, on the daily, and on the weekly. Right now we're at 126.21, and 126.21 is right at the bottom of the October 15th setup. Looks like number one wants to run to the swing point of last week, which is 128.12, and I suspect we're going to run up to that 129.28. The yield on the 10-year out here today is 2.165. The 30-year bond has been leading the charge higher. 30-year had already hit the October 15th swing high. We're back down with lighter volume. You're building cars here. That 30-year wants to get back up into that 146.16. I suspect we're actually going to get over it. Oil is going lower out here today, and it looks like oil is going to get into this $50 handle. It's going to be interesting watching this baby shake up. So we're at $55.36 right now. We've done 255,000 contracts out here, and it's going to go after the swing point. The swing point is 53.94. You know, we'll see whether it gets enough juice. It's going to need a lot more juice than 255,000. It's going to need about 400, 500,000 to really break down underneath that 55 level with conviction. But the larger picture is that that's where that wants to go. Now, let's go over to King Dollar. King Dollar, first we'll bring up a continuous contract. King Dollar hit another high out here today, 89.96. We're at 89.95 right now, and we do bring that back. Bottom line is that if you can get a close over this 89.71, that's going to put game that we may go test that high out from 2005. That'll be absolute mind blower, no doubt about it. But bottom line, that's a big number up here. We've been testing the 2008, 9, and 10 highs. That's what we've been doing. Now, if we go back to the current contract in the dollar index, which is the DX, there she is. DXH5. If we go back to the current contract in the dollar index, you are at this high with anemic volume. We're up here right now at 15,000 contracts, which got us over the 89.78. This baby should have been, realistically, at least 50, 60,000 contracts. But that's what you're going to have in this short trading week. We're going to see some things pushed around in a big way. Inside the biotechs, Gilead is basically taking them deep. Gilead down $14.94. We're trading out at 93.55, and that is going to blow apart that swing point. October 15th. These October 15th dates, folks, just keep coming up. October 15th, Gilead had a high volume swing low, $91.73. That high volume was 23 million. What does it do? It goes from $91, goes all the way back up to 116. Comes back down, only gets to 98, gaps down today, and it gaps down with monster volume, folks. You're talking about 60 million shares. Gilead, number one, is going to go not only lower, but you're talking a lot lower. You're talking the next step down for Gilead is at $63.50. We'll see if it gets any support there. If it doesn't get support there, then you don't want to be. You're talking about a $37 stock. We go take a look at the IBB. Why the IBB? Because that is a large weighting structure inside the iShares NASDAQ Biotech Index, the ETF. That's down 789, trading at 1.7 million contracts. And this little baby here will make its way also down to this October 15th level, which is 247. Right now, you're at 309. Inside the oil and gas sector, what you had, ExxonMobil is flat. You get Chevron off 98 cents. Apache is down 132, and it looks like they're trying to make their way back. This is going to be interesting. They were down a lot. They're not bad. No, they're not that bad. Some of the high-volume stocks out here today trading in this low-volume market. We have Apple is up $1. Rite Aid is up 38 cents. You got Owen Financial. That thing is toast. That's down 5.81. That's almost another 30% down. Twitter is up $1.29. You have, I know Facebook was moving out here today. Looks like it wants to do a double top up here. So Facebook is up 159. The last high out here was 81.16. You're at 81.48 right now. And this is a classic. You're doing this with 27 million shares versus 74 million. That is absolute classic. That's on the daily. We put this on the weekly, and what you're going to have is something that's even more enticing. Meaning 81.16 is where we were on the weekly basis October 31st. 338 million shares. Last week we did 167 million. We'll see how this reacts in the next few days up here. But what that's getting over the high, dramatically lighter volume, that would set up a pullback somewhere around $63. So that in itself is one big number, no doubt. The small caps, we go over to the IWM, the Russell 2000 ETF structure. Russell 2000 up 59 right now. We're at 119.50, and that puts game at 120.97 from July 1st. Just may get tested. The volume, dramatically light, and that's what you can expect this week, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN, 877-927-6648. Dow up 116, Nasdaq up 11. We're going to be right back.
Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find the Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now. Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on Chinese stocks, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Check out the new look of Tiger TV. Now you can see all hosts, charts, and computer screens live in high definition. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pesavento, Andy Hecht, Thinkorswim, or Daryl Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV. Now, crystal clear in high definition, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't seen the new look of Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com. Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. You get the Dow Industrials right now up 121. Nasdaq up 12. S&Ps are up 5.5. Let's go to Steve in Worcester. Hey, Steve, what's going on?
How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. You having a good day out there?
Oh, yeah, well, trying to anyway. Hey, I spoke with you last week about dry shits, and I noticed the last couple of days it looks like it's coming off the bottom with some pretty good volume. Just wanted to see what you thought of it.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so dry ships, folks. Okay, let's take a look at this. So dry ships, it's a contract offshore drilling business operates dry bulk carriers. The company transports commodities as iron ore, coal, bauxite, phosphate, steel products The low is 76 cents. The high is $5. So what you have out here, and then a few of them are moving like this too, by the way. Now, do you own this? You're looking to buy it. What are we doing here?
Well, I actually did it this morning at $1.04, but I just didn't know. I was kind of looking when to put a stop and what you thought about that.
So let's take a look at this. You can put a stop under 108. That'll save you. I mean, you bought it at $1.04. Where I'm going with that, Steve, is this: is that when this came off the, it opened up and it had two small signs of strength. Well, nice signs of strength intraday. And when you see something like this, that you really can't use percentages because it's like, okay, you get a $1 stock, it's up 20 cents, and yeah, that's a fortune, which is cool, okay. And one place would be under $1.09. You put the stop. That's where I'd put it. And where I'm going is at 11 o'clock this morning. That's where this thing really started taking off.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't give it any more. I mean, they're starting to move though, and it's not just that one. There's a few others inside that sector that are moving.
All right, sounds good then.
Okay, man. Have a great one. Have a safe one. Let's go to Jim in Atlanta. Hey, Jim, what's going on?
Hey, Tom. Hey, listen, I got a quick question for you. You were talking about gold a minute ago. If you wanted to buy, say, $9,000, just to keep the figure simple, $9,000 worth of gold, would you buy the GLD or put $3,000 in the nugget?
Oh, that's intense. Okay, seriously. Okay, so this is what you have. The GLD, folks, okay, is the investment ETF that tracks the price of gold. Right now, you're at 112.48, and what it's doing is that it has 5 million shares. It's coming into there was a gap down in the gold market that on October 31st. It's coming into that level. The high of that is 112.88. There you have 18 million, then you have 14 million. It's coming into all these with light volume. So first off, what you need is this, Jim. You need a rejection, and this would be today too, by the way, okay? You need a rejection of 112.88. That's what you're looking for.
Okay.
Because if you don't get that, then after it did that on the 31st of October, you got to a low, and then it had a sign of strength on November 14th. Well, the low of November 14th is 110.65. So if it doesn't hold this 112.88 or close to it, right? That's the number you want, though. You want to close over that. Then it would set up that, okay, you're going to go into 110.65. Okay, so now let's go over to NUGT. So what the question is, folks, is this, is that NUGT is the 300% bull position of the NYSE ARCA Gold Miners Index, okay? Now, which is different than the GLD, because the Gold Miners Index, okay, has to do with these stocks. That's what it really comes down to. So if we bring this NUGT up, and we take a look at it, that correlation there is that, you're coming into 907, you're at 950, you're doing lighter volume, but you still need a rejection of a lower price there. What I would do, what about individual equities?
Well, that's possible, sure. But I usually do the ETS.
Okay.
And it's simpler for me that way.
So then what to do is this. Wait for the rejection inside the GLD. That's the way to do it.
Okay.
Yeah. The GLD would be a higher or less risk. And the reason being is that the NUGT absolutely is a day trading vehicle.
Right.
And the GLD is not. Okay. So you're going to be better off with the GLD.
I got you. Okay, Tom.
Okay, man.
Appreciate it.
Have a great one. Have a safe one. Dow Industrials right now up 132. You get the Nasdaq up 13. S&Ps are up 6.5. And if we do go inside the Gold Bugs Index, we take a look at AEM. You're going to see Nico Eagles down 181. You're down with 1.9 million shares, and you're coming into 5.3. You look at Gold Corp, GG. GG right now is down. This is down pretty good. So GG's got other troubles. GG is down. That's not that bad, I guess. Yeah, it's going to be close, though. GG Gold Corp is down 95 cents with 9 million shares. The low out there is 1701. It does have high volume at that low, which is 20 million, but that's pretty intense, no doubt. We take a look at the GDX. The GDX is down right now 99 cents, $17.41. That is also coming into... That says 35 million shares, and that's coming into its low. The GDX itself, folks, okay, this is something that for some reason, folks absolutely like trading this, okay, but inside the GDX, you have two of the weakest gold stocks that have been weak in a continual basis for like years, and it's Barrick and Newmont. That makes up 19% of the GDX, so I'm not quite sure why people just love it so much, because no matter what the gold market is doing, those two have been dogs in an extraordinary way. If we take a look at, we break them out, you take a look at Barrick Gold. Barrick Gold is breaking out its lows. You know, Barrick Gold hasn't been able to get out of its way for years. You know, so that in itself, you don't want to just grab the GDX just because it's an ETF. We go take a look at Newmont, and what it is that Barrick Gold, GDX, Newmont. What had happened is Barrick Gold, folks, has way too many mines that are priced way too high. That's what it comes down to. We take a look at Newmont, and Newmont has monster troubles also. Newmont is something that you're at $18 and wants to trade to $16. You know, so those two monsters have huge problems, and that is 18% of the GDX. We take a look at the GDXJ. A couple targets want to look at that. Now, those are the juniors. The juniors, that's down $1.80, and what you're going to see in the juniors, I wouldn't be touching these either, because what happens with the juniors, someone's going to be running out of money here. The juniors have still had a high volume swing lows. They're going after it. We're down $1.80 right now. You are doing, yeah, the juniors last week came down with monster volume. The juniors are, so let me see inside here what juniors we're talking about. And what happens with the juniors, of course, okay, is that you have more than likely, well, you get, let's see, 5% Torex Gold. Oh, you get the Market Vectors Gold Miners Trust, too. That's interesting. China Gold International. Bottom line is I wouldn't be touching either one of them. 877-927-6648. Dow Industrials right now up 137. Nasdaq's up 14. S&Ps are up 6.5. We're going to be right back, folks. You stay right there.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock in option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full custom optimization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you like it does me, visit everbank.com/TFNN to find out what they can do for you. Again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. Visit them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund is currently offering 4-year first mortgages on many of the fully renovated properties that it has purchased. The first mortgages are third-party appraised with a maximum loan-to-value ratio of 70%, providing a secured investment that pays a fixed return of 5% annually, which works out to a monthly income of more than $416 per $100,000 investment with your principal intact and secured. These 4-year first mortgages are perfect for anyone looking for a secured investment that provides monthly income much like a CD. For more information, email tigerfund@tfnn.com or click on the Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund banner along the right side of the tfnn.com homepage, or call our office directly at 877-518-9190. There's a limited supply, so act now.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. You get the Dow Industrials up 143, NASDAQ up 14, S&Ps are up 7. Percentage-wise, what we had over in Europe today, you had the CAT up 0.3%, FTSE up 0.4, the DAX was up 0.8. Right now, the Dow, our markets are, the Dow is up 0.8, the S&P is up 0.2, the NASDAQ is up 0.3. If we do go over into that NASDAQ first and look at that composite, the composite is up $14 right now. We're at 4779 and the 4810. Yeah, that's going to get tested. So that's the high that was generated out there on the 28th. More than likely what you're going to see is, it's just crazy how this works too. But you'll get a tested, and, you know, bottom line is that there's going to be no one in work this week. It'll be a low volume test. We'll see whether it holds or not. As I said a little bit earlier, inside the IBB. The IBB is a nice little heads up for the NASDAQ. That's... you know, does it affect the S&P too? Yes, it does. But the NASDAQ, it affects dramatically. And we had inside this IBB today. So inside the IBB, first off, what you have is this. You have Celgene's 8.6%, Amgen 8.5%, Regeneron 7%, Biogen 7.3, Gilead 7. And if we go take a look at a few of these, Gilead's getting smoked. That's coming down hard. Celgene, not that bad. Celgene's down $3. What you do have, though, is that we are at 113.49. Once you get back inside 109, you'd be in a lower level. Biogen. What you have with Biogen, this has been a rocket ship, too. Biogen is trading sideways. It's down $8, but that realistically is sideways, folks, because the stock, that's how the stock trades. On Friday, it traded from 343 to 361. Today, you traded from 345 to 356. The number that you basically has to stay over in order to stay into higher price is the 358. We got 361. So 358 is the number, and we're 352 right now. The last time we were up here, so here's the get-go on it. The week of March 21st, you got to 358, you did 11 million shares. We tested that last week with 7 million. No, with 10.9 million, which isn't bad. That's your benchmark. It would be nice to see Biogen get over this one more time, and either make it or break it. Amgen. We do take a look at Amgen. Amgen is down $5 today, which is not a big deal for Amgen. It's $164 stock. What you do have with Amgen, though, is that Amgen hadn't been able to get to its swing point from December 8th. Right now, we're down $5.96. You're at $164.21, and that also brings you in the lower range. The big heads up for these biotechs, just as the market in general, is going to be the October 15th swing low. The October 15th swing low is still in place. It still wants to get tested. Gilead basically has not only just tested it, Gilead's going to basically blow this thing away. You're down $14.97 right now. The October 15th swing low is $91.73. And after it hit that high volume swing low, it went all the way back up to 116. Today, what we've done is that you did 64 million shares, and you are just hammering this thing. And what that is about is they have a hepatitis drug that, bottom line, is a big blockbuster for them. Let's see if they fight. So here it is here. Gilead Science shares sank after the biggest drug benefit manager in the U.S., that's Express Scripts, chose a pill from Albavie to be the sole hepatitis C treatment approved for many patients, as insurance seek to rein in the rising cost of medicine. Express Scripts, which helps insurers and large employers provide drug coverage, opted to narrow doctors' treatment options in exchange for lower prices. On its widely list of approved drugs, Express Scripts will include Albavie's Viagra Pack for patients with genotype 1, the nation's most common form of hepatitis. The move is likely to escalate the tension between drug makers and insurers over climbing cost. More than 300,000 Americans are now taking combinations of prescription drugs that cost $50,000 or more a year. It's unbelievable. That blows my mind. Express Scripts has waged a campaign all year against Gilead's hepatitis C drugs, calling their price of more than $1,000 a pill as part of an unsustainable trend of surging expenses for medicine designed to treat complex health conditions. There's no doubt. Gilead, this is intense. Okay, so check this out. This is like, I was looking at this. I thought this was only a $30,000 treatment. It's an $84,000 treatment. So Gilead's, I'm not pronouncing this one right, folks, but it's another drug. Soledad cost $84,000 for a 12-week course of treatment. There's another one that costs $94,000. Anyway, bottom line is that they are not going to be getting what they want for these drugs. And market-wise out here, what you're going to see is that this stock's going to get destroyed. And, on a fundamental basis, you can see that, let's first, on a technical basis, what you have is this. This is a about, yeah, it's definitely parabolic. It's more than 45%. This stock went from $18 up to $118, $116.83, straight up. That is more than a 45% angle. So that is a parabolic move. You are trading at 93, and the next stop for the stock is 78. That's the first one. You get volume off the high, which I expect we're going to probably get with this. Then what you're going to be dealing with, you're going to be dealing with $28 stock. So it's pretty intense. That's on the technical basis. On the fundamental basis, it's pretty easy to figure out. You know, because when push comes to shove, it's going to be, if the insurers are not going to pay $90,000 for a drug treatment, guess what? It's not going to happen. End of story. With that is like the same if the bureaucracy wouldn't give out loans to students for $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 and decided that, okay, we're going to change that structure, and now we're going to give them out for $20,000. Guess what would happen with the school structure? What happened with the school structure, folks, is that the cost of education will go down to $20,000. No, it's a no-brainer, because those are green checks. And when you're dealing with green checks, meaning government checks, the push to gross numbers will go to the top of the gross numbers that anyone and everyone's going to get out of the government. That's just how it goes. And the easiest way, and this has been for years, to make big money is to have some type of business that the government is actually paying most of the cost. And that's how we are set up in the education business, and that's how we're set up in the medical business. It's that cut and dried. So we'll see where the rest of this does shake out, but I think it's probably a good start. And you know, and if that doesn't, and what you're going to see, I suspect, is that you're going to see a little carnage first, okay? Then after a little carnage, you're going to be able to see some of these costs come down into where they should be. You know, if anyone has dealt with a medical bill, what you know is that the medical bill can be like $60,000, and guess what? They'll take 10. They do that all day long, folks. That's the bottom line. And what does that tell you? That tells you that, guess what? They're overbilling in an incredible way. If they can get the money, great. If they can't get the money, okay, they'll take what the market bears. Pretty crazy. 877-927-6648. Let's go to the NDX 100 and see what's driving the NDX 100. Bringing it down at Gilead. That's the biggest mover on the way down. That's down 15. Oh, there are all the biotechs. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, this is going to get cooking. So REGN's the second one. That's down $15. Amgen's the third one, down $5.73, and Celgene is down $3.73. Bringing it up, you have Priceline up $40 at $11.49. CLAC is up $2.33 at $72.05. Intel's up 86 cents at $37.23, and you have Ross Stores up $2.09 at $93.11. We go inside the Dow Industrials. Let's see what's moving inside the Dow. Bringing it down, you have Merck. That's down 69 cents at $58.89. Chevron's down 92. ExxonMobil's off 34. And JP Morgan is flat. Bringing the Dow up, you get Intel up 86 cents. IBM is up 274. You get Cisco up 45 cents. And Boeing is up 198. If we go back to Big Blue, let's take a look at Big Blue. That's a dead cat bounce. That's up $2.74. This is getting pretty in pink. So we're at 161.27, early 161.68. That's going to be the short position between there and 167. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. 877-927-6648. Dow Industrials right now up 144. Nasdaq's up 13. S&Ps are up 6.5. You stay right there, folks. Come right back.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman wave sequence. Using the Chapman wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
We're told to follow our passion and everything else will fall into place. I hope that's what each of you are doing each and every day. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com, and my passion for technical analysis is what led me to the most fundamental discovery in pattern recognition, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator, market scanner, and trading strategy, a set of tools that identify the momentum and power of the trend, the likes of which have never been seen before, for every market and every time frame. Yes, folks, the trend is your friend, unless you're on the other side. New to technical analysis? This is the place to start. And experienced traders, take advantage of the trend like never before. Experience the power of the Rhodes Momentum Indicator each day, available to subscribers of my newsletter service, Mastering Probability. I guarantee your satisfaction for the next 30 days unconditionally, so there's no risk to you other than being on the wrong side of the trend. Mastering Probability, available on the homepage of TFNN.com. And folks, live with passion.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com. TFNN has just announced a special sale for the Gold Report for a limited time only. To celebrate the 660th weekly issue of Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, that's more than 12 years, TFNN is having a special one-time sale. Right now, you can receive 60 weeks of the Gold Report, that's 14 months, for only $600. We're offering Tom O'Brien's dynamic weekly newsletter at only $10 a week, half off the regular monthly price. By taking advantage of this special offer, you also get a signed copy of Tom O'Brien's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, an $88 value. The Gold Report is published every Tuesday and provides subscribers with Tom O'Brien's expert commentary on the industry, as well as detailed information on a variety of mining equities. This offer is valid for current or new subscribers, but is only good through this week and ends this Sunday, December 21st. Lock in the low rate of only $10 a week for the Gold Report by placing your order at the front page of TFNN.com today.
No matter where you listen to TFNN programming, we want you to know you can always access your favorite shows on demand through TFNN.com. TFNN airs live programming every market day from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can view each program by accessing Tiger TV through our homepage. We even have an easy link for all mobile devices, including iPhones and iPads, located at the top right-hand corner of the TFNN homepage. You can use your smartphone to view Tiger TV, but if you don't have a mobile connection that can keep up with streaming live video, then you can simply visit TFNN.mobi in the browser of your smartphone for live streaming audio of all of our programs. The mission of TFNN is to educate our audience directly and interactively through our interactive website and radio call and talk shows. TFNN is able to teach all levels of investors the technical skills needed to trade in today's marketplace. In order to get the best information possible, TFNN has assembled the most respected financial minds in the country to provide the most current news and comprehensive advice available. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dow is up 147 right now. Nasdaq's up 12. S&Ps are up 6. And we go over and we take a look at how we're going to come in volume-wise. This is where you're standing right now. We're at 534 million on the NYSE, and you get all of 10 minutes. So that's going to come in like 650. And inside the Nasdaq, we're at 1.4, so I come in at about 1.8. The SPY, what you have with the SPY right now is trading at 207.32. The highs out there, 208.45. Those are going to be hit. That's the bottom line. We're at 103 million shares. You're going into 91 million shares. You're going into 103 million shares. You're going into 142 million shares. We did have on Friday, you had some juice pushing into the swing point. You had 245 million into the swing point. The NDX 100, we'll take a look at the 3Qs. 3Qs are up 21 cents. Get 31 million shares traded. It looks like the 3Qs, you know, it'll get up there. And more than likely, we're going to see a test of this 105.73, which is the low of the high. Maybe we'll get to the high. But this also doesn't have the juice, and it's pretty clean. That there's a long way for this baby to go back downtown out into this $90 area, and it's going to be, I suspect, and this is the big heads up, because when the IBB falls apart, it goes pretty hard, folks. You know, it's up, and it's up on a continual basis. But what you have here today, you have a low volume day first off. And the low volume day, however, is not in the IBB. We're down $8, which is not a lot for the IBB. The IBB can go down like $20 in a heartbeat, and up $20, okay? But bottom line is that thus far today, we've done 1.9 million shares, and we made a high on Friday with 2 million. You're not in the lower range yet, however. The lower range, the IBB would have to get inside 302. What you do have, of course, is that the leader on the way down today is getting more intense as we come into the close. Right now, it's at $93, and what you do have is that as we come into this close, yeah, you're going to have someone's selling again coming into the close. So right now, someone just dumped 2.4 million shares, 10 minutes ago, and that 2.4 million is going into 2.1. So the way that is shaken out is that that's going to go after the low of today, which is 92.45, and we'll see whether that breaks down further. We take a look at the Russell 2000, one of our targets. We're looking at the Russell 2000. So the high in the Russell is 1213, and we haven't hit that yet. Thus far, we have hit 12. I have 1200.54. That's what I have thus far. Oh, the Russell 3000 he's looking at. Okay. RUA. Let me go put the Russell 3000. Thanks, Z. Okay, so I got to find the. Yeah, I need a different symbol for that. 1 second. RUA. I'm going to have to do that next hour. We'll have to do that. Coming into the XA, let's go to the XAU, the HUI. The XAU out here right now, you're at 65.35. That is coming into, now what you have here is that let's see, so the last swing low is 62.94. And you get 62.31. If the identification would be a little bit better in the GLD. The GLD thus far is down has 6.4 million. You're at 112.47. And the GLD, you're coming into 3 separate high volume days. You're coming into the October 31st level. That's where we had 18 million shares traded. You need a rejection of 112.88, and right now we're 112.47, so we're under that. If it gets about another 50 cents down, meaning tomorrow, it's not going to go 50 cents down right now, that would set up that you could go test 110. And 110, folks, is the low of the high where we had a huge sign of strength in the gold market. That's when the GLD went from 110 to 114. That's the way that little baby is set up right now. Dollar index, okay, what's still impressive is that gold has not basically got smoked. You're down $22, but you're not breaking swing lows and all of the above. With the King Dollar is at its highs right now. You're trading out at 89.94, but what you don't have in this baby right now is that you do not have the volume, number one. But what you don't have, and this is where this gets really intriguing, is that the metals aren't getting smoked. Inside the commodities market, natural gas is getting taken to cleaners. That's down 7.6%. Crude is down 3.2%. Gasoline is down 1.8%. If we go over to the gasoline market, we take a look at the gasoline market. What we are going to see is that we're going to see a lot lower gasoline. Right now, the wholesale price is $1.54, and this baby, come on, let's set this up, CRB. So we're down 3 pennies today, $1.54. Yeah, this is ready to bust the lows. This is going to be so cool. This is going to be sick, folks. We're going to be paying cheap money for gas. This is just amazing. So on this move here, man, this would be crazy. $2. Yeah, it can get down 50 cents. This move here, if we bust this right, meaning with volume, and it's coming into these lows with volume, you're going to be talking about $1.10 unleaded gasoline. That's going to put the cost, because one of our tigers in here said he just filled up at Costco for $1.89. And if we get down to $1.10, that's going to bring that $1.89 down to like $1.59. Yeah, that's just a total mind blower. Bottom line, though, that's where this whole thing is going. The XLF, the financials right now are still hanging at the high. We're at 24.81. That high is going to get tested. That was out there on December 8th. What you can expect coming into this holiday week, you're going to have low volume tomorrow, half a day on Monday. That's going to be, Wednesday, that's till 1 o'clock. That's going to be low volume. We are going to be opened on Friday, and we're going to have programming on Friday, but you can't expect a lot of action. What you can expect is that you're going to be able to push equities, futures, and currencies around. That's what you can expect. Next week's going to be the exact same type of setup. Monday, Tuesday, probably have some action. Wednesday, full day on Wednesday, but I don't expect any action. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back. Dow Industrials are up 149. Nasdaq's up 14. S&Ps are up 6.5. And we'll be coming right back. Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. This quote is by Beatrice Potter. Believe there's a great power silently working all things for good. Behave yourself and never mind the rest. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We had the Dow Industrials up 154, Nasdaq up 16, S&P's up 6.5, gold contract down $23, trading at $1,173 an ounce. Silver off 39 cents at $15.64 an ounce. Platinum off 21 at $1,179 an ounce. Copper flat at $2.90 a pound. Light sweet crude down $1.77 at $55.36. Looks like that the oil market wants to run into that $50 price point. Bonds, you had the 10-year up 1 tick, 126.21. 30-year up 8 ticks at 144.18. Both cases, folks, last Friday you rejected lower price on the dailies, on the weeklies, had lighter volume, bonds refused to back off. That's saying interest rates are going to continue to go down, prices of bonds are going to continue higher. October 15th, swing high, which the 30-year had already hit. I suspect it's going to go back there, probably take it out, really blow some minds. The 10-year right now is running out on a continual basis at the 2.1, which brings the 30-year rates down to 3.9 to 3.95. Nice 30-year rates out there, no doubt. King Dollar. Let's go take a look at King Dollar. King Dollar closed it at highs. No juice behind the move, however. You've only done 16,000 contracts. You know, gold was down $22, but guess what? They couldn't take it apart. As that went lower, let's go over to the gold market for a second. What you'll see is that the contract, we did 121,000 contracts. That 121,000 is coming into 342,000 contracts, okay? So they get the price going, and that's what you can expect this week in not just the metals market. What you can expect is you can expect tomorrow, half a day Wednesday, Friday, to have a lot of different indices pushed around with no juice. This is going to be a very illiquid week. Today, more than likely, has the highest volume that we will have all week. Today, we did 789 million on the NYSE. Friday, you had volume. Friday was quad-witching. You had volume, however. It was 2.4 billion. If we go take a look at the NYSE, what you have with the NYSE is that we're at 959 and the high is 991. That's going to get whacked tomorrow. I suspect that's going to get taken out tomorrow. And you'll see it more than likely get taken out with light volume. The volume characteristic at that high, the October, let's see, no, it's November 5th. So that high was generated out there with 796 million. Let me just make sure I get that. November, was it November or December? One second. Oh, December 4th, okay. December 5th. So December 5th, your volume characteristic is going to be 754 million. That's what you're looking for. NASDAQ Composite. What do we have with the Composite? Composite is running at 4781. That also, the high out there is 4810. That's only 30 more points. I suspect that also is going to get hit. What we have out here today, it did 1.7 billion. We did 3.2 on Friday, so it was pushing into the swing, pushing in with volume. If we go take a look at the SPY, the correlation inside the ETF structures, the SPY did 131 million today. You're going into 142 million. You're at 207.47. I suspect that'll get up and over it tomorrow. The NDX 100, the 3 Qs, that is at 104.58. Now, the 3 Qs don't necessarily have to get to the high. The high in the 3 Qs, folks, is 106.24. And what you have inside the NDX 100 is this. The biotechs came down today with juice behind the move. You had Gilead was down $15.55 at 18 million shares traded. Regeneron came down $14. It had 310,000. Amgen came down $5.64. That had 1.4 million shares. And Celgene came down 3.68. The 4 largest laggards inside the NDX 100 were the biotechs today. And what that was all about, it started with Gilead. Gilead, you talk about monster volume. This is going to blow away that October 15th swing point. The October 15th swing point on Gilead is 91.74. We had done volume of 7.7 million. We did 18 million today. Now, as soon as you break that $91, okay, what that sets up is another $15 lower. And you're going to see that, I suspect that's going to be fast and furious. So this is an equity that can trade at $15 clips like nothing, and that would be on the way up. That's how it traded on the way up. Well, guess what? That's what happens on the way back down. When you actually do look at Gilead, and we take a look at this on a much longer-term basis, what you're going to see is that you're going to see a stock that was just about parabolic. If I take this and I put this on a monthly basis, you're going to see that it's way over a 45-degree angle. It started out in November of 2011 at $17.30 and went straight up to $116. Last time it had any volume was at 78.66, and that's where it's going to be, I suspect, next 3 or 4 days. as it gets down to that level, if you come down to there with volume, then really watch out, because then you're dealing with $28.25. That sounds bizarre, but guess what? When you go up that fast, that way down in the marketplace, folks, is much faster than the way up. I said, so bottom line is that that's what I suspect we're going to have inside that NASDAQ, inside the NDX 100, and what you also have inside. The last time that the biotechs actually got hit really bad was in February of the beginning of the year. It was. If we take a look at this and you want to see this correlation, how this came down, it was pretty intense. At January, the IBE was trading at 225. Then what it did, it just got taken apart. This is when it took the NASDAQ with it. It took the whole market with it, actually. The biotechs went from 275 and then came down to 207. So that's that's 75 points on two. That's pretty. Going to have is that. So now what you're going to have is this. Now you're going to be coming back down into the 271 area. If you get back inside the 271 area, it puts in place again a 226 number. So I suspect what we're going to see out here is going to be the biotechs that are going to get that are going to put more selling pressure on the NDX 100. We take a look at the small caps, the IWM. What we have at the small caps is this. Small caps are trading at 119.71 if we use the iShares. We take a look at how this is shaking. Now, the small caps haven't been able to get to their high. The high in the IWM is 120.58. That high is going to get tested. That's the way this is shaking out right now. We'll see whether we get the weekly volume on it. This is already set up 3 separate highs, but when you do put some channels on this, watch this. This is really cool. The IWM is so clean, meaning that, let me get this, okay. There she is, okay. So if you set up channels from the top to the bottom, what you're going to see inside the IWM is that all the forces at the bottom. So depending whether you're a bull or a bear, what you want to happen is that you want this high to get tested because you're right next to it. The first time we were up on the weekly basis for the IWM was in March of 2014. 120.58, you did 270 million. Then what do? You go down and you hit 109 with 320 million. You go back topside, hit the top of the, again with 146 million. You come back down and blow out the bottoms at 432 million. You're up at the highs right now, and we did 300 million last week. That sets up, number one, you get up into that high. That sets up, you're going to go down to the other side of that range. And it takes a while for channel lines to set up, but these are about as clean as you can get. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. Stay right there, folks. Coming back with our Tigress, Amy Smith from Investor Business Daily. We're going to be right back. Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how EverBank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? EverBank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? EverBank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. EverBank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. EverBank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Check out the new look of Tiger TV. Now you can see all hosts, charts, and computer screens live in high definition. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pezzamento, Andy Hecht, Thinkorswim, or Daryl Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV. Now, crystal clear in high definition, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't seen the new look of Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com.
Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tom, take your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. So we had the Dow Industrials finish up 154, NASDAQ up 16, S&P's up 7.5. As we do each and every Monday at 20 past the second hour, we are Tigress Amy Smith from Investor Business Daily. And folks, if you haven't test drove either the digital version at investors.com or the paper, Investor Business Daily, you can do that 2 weeks absolutely free right now. The way you do it, as you're over at our website at TFNN, hit the banner. It's on the right-hand side. You can take your choice, 2 weeks, the paper at your doorstep, and or you could get the investors.com, the website. It's an outstanding website. Great education on it each and every trading day. Amy Smith, what's going on?
Hey, Mr. Tom, it's a happy Monday. Ho, ho, ho. We're almost to Christmas.
We are. There's no doubt. Santa Claus is going to be coming down the chimney. I guess Santa Claus already came down the chimney.
Yeah, I know. Things are good. The market is still looking good. The Dow obviously looks better than the NASDAQ and the S&P. And I guess that's not surprising. We've got these more liquid names that are doing well. These are safer names right now. Today we had Cisco, we had Intel, we had Bank of America. So we're seeing strength in these big cap stocks. And, of course, that was buoyed by Janet Yellen last week saying that interest rates are going to remain the same until 2015. So during this holiday week, I really wouldn't expect to see a lot of conviction in growth stocks. But, we've been surprised before, so you never say never.
It's intriguing about that, too, though. Inside the, basically CanSlim, when you really look at the Dow, Bill doesn't like the Dow, really, right?
Exactly, right. And And you know what's funny?
Suspect,
look at the Dow, though. It's right below 18,000.
Right. No, and it's sure it's going to want to whack it, right, for sure. No, I can see that, right. And you know, because it's only 30 stocks, folks. That's the bottom line. I mean, it's, you know, you can push it around. Like inside that Dow out here today, was putting juice into it, was Intel, IBM, and IBM's a dead cat, and Boeing's a dead cat. Both of those have already got destroyed. So that's interesting. Yeah.
It is interesting. And you know what else is interesting? When you talk about the guys that do the floor trading or that type of trading, you know, everyone always talks about, you know, should be worried about the algorithms. And as an individual investor, you know, you're not getting the small little ticks that those guys are getting in the Dow stocks. I mean, they go into those stocks and they use those stocks a great deal because they're liquid and they can get little pennies or, you know, little parts of pennies and make a lot of money doing it. But for the average investor, I wouldn't put too much worry in the, you know, the algorithms and that type of trading. But right now we do see more strength in the Dow stocks.
Yeah, no doubt. And inside the Investor Business Daily, we're still waiting for, are we waiting for a follow-through day, right?
We are, which is
Okay.
kind of crazy because here we are with the market going up. Today would be day 4 of a rally attempt off of the bottom.
Right.
And, you know, technically there's enough strength in the market that you really could nibble in because we've had such a strange turnaround. Friday was heavy volume because we had options expiration.
Sure.
So it's an odd time. I would say that January is probably going to tell us what we need to know about the market. Although we have, in the past, we have had a recent time in December when the market said, you know what, I'm going to go higher, and everyone was busy with Christmas, and the market took off.
Yeah, no doubt. So I'm reading your notes here. This is pretty amazing that 2014 was a record year for IPOs, huh?
It was the best one since 2000.
Oh, okay.
Ouch, I'm not sure what that's telling us.
No, I'm with you. That's just a big number. There's no doubt about that,
A big
right?
number. Well, you know, what's interesting here is we have 100 healthcare IPOs, so the biotech continues to really boom.
Yep.
The consumer and the healthcare IPOs have had the top returns. And of the healthcare IPOs, there were twice as many as last year and 4 times as many as the 10-year median. So, you know, we've talked about these healthcare-related stocks. We've talked about the aging population. We've talked about a growing world population.
Yes.
And, you know, for right now, there seems to be no stopping these biotechs.
Yeah, no doubt. And next year, so this is going to be interesting. So you have a lot of these social disruptors that are coming in the IPO market at the beginning of 2015, huh?
Yeah, folks, there are a couple big names on here. Tom, I was going to ask you, do you use any of these? Because some of them I do, and some of them I don't. Let's run through a couple of them. Airbnb.
Yeah, we haven't used that yet, but that's a great site. We use HomeAway.
Okay, you use HomeAway.
I push a lot of product on HomeAway, but you know, I just haven't used that yet.
Okay, so Airbnb is another one. Then we have Dropbox, and you know, this is for when you have files that are too big. You can go put them in the cloud, and then I have used this quite a bit, and I find it helpful.
I heard it's fabulous, right?
It is. It's easy, piece of cake to use. Now, we have another one here. Have you used this one? This is Spotify, and this is subscription-based music streaming service. I have not used this.
I haven't, but tech guru here at TFNN, David White, who does a show at 2 rather, he loves this Spotify. Yeah.
Okay, so that's one. Now, Uber, I have used. We were in I had a big workshop in Phoenix, and there were a bunch of us that needed to go to the airport all at the same time.
Yes.
And someone said, we've got to try Uber because, you know, we just have to do it.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, you'd say what size car you want, how many people are going to be in the car. They tell you how long it'll be before they get there. It wasn't very long. It was like 5 minutes. And so this one's interesting. There's been a lot of news on it. Some people critical of Uber, but I think it's an interesting one to watch.
Oh, listen, I think, you know, if I was in a major city, if I was back in Boston, I'd be using it, no doubt. I mean, because what happens is that I heard it's great. I mean, and it's fast, and people are, you know, right next to you, you know. So that's going to change the taxi business. There's no doubt about it. You know?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. You know, it's interesting. A lot of women in Saudi Arabia use Uber because they can't drive. You know, their laws say that women can't drive. So they use Uber instead. So this has a global reach that a lot of people don't realize. And it's kind of an interesting concept. Your tip is taken care of. The payment is taken care of because you have your app on your phone.
Okay.
So you don't have to do any of that sliding of the credit card business and figuring out the guy's tip and all that kind of stuff. So it is an interesting concept. Then we have some other ones, and I have eaten here. Don't know if you have. It's a silly, fun place with way too much meat. You have to be a Tyrannosaurus Rex to eat here. It's
which I am.
Okay, it's called Fogo de Chão.
No, I haven't eaten there yet, but we all went to. We have Texas to Brazil. We were there last Sunday.
So is it one of these places? This one is on Restaurant Row here in La Cienega Boulevard. Okay.
Yep.
You go in and you have like it looks like a fan kind of thing, and when it's slide up.
That's right.
They come over and they slice off more meat than you've ever seen in your life.
Right, and if you go to one of these places, folks, don't go to the salad bar first and don't have any bread. Just sit there and be a meat hound.
Yeah, otherwise, you know what's funny? You know who's in these? I see a lot of corporate young guys because they're the ones that can pack away the food.
Yeah.
Right, you see a lot of young men in these places, and then when you put you flip this thing over, then they stop cutting the meat. Then you turn it over, and they come back, and it's every kind of meat you can imagine. It's pretty tasty. It's just you kind of roll out of there.
No, you do. Well, and what's interesting about it too is that I like meat, but you know I've been to like there's 2 of them in Tampa, and I've been to each one of them about a year apart. But it's not something you go to all the time. So because once you do it, you realize that, oh, my God, what did you just do to yourself, too? Do you know what I'm saying? But they're enjoyable for, like, a party, and they're enjoyable, like, once in a while. There's no doubt, you know?
Yeah, if you have we had fun, a big family gathering or something. It's nice. A lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, listen, you have a great Christmas. Oh, my God. This is it.
I know.
This is it. But we're going to be open next Monday, so we're going to be growling and prowling with you next Monday.
Okay, well, listen, have a wonderful Christmas holiday, and to all your listeners, too.
You too. Have a great one, Amy. Have a safe one. Thanks so much. You stay right there, folks. Coming back with Chad Coker from TD Ameritrade.
TFNN has just announced a special sale for the Gold Report for a limited time only. To celebrate the 660th weekly issue of Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, that's more than 12 years, TFNN is having a special one-time sale. Right now, you can receive 60 weeks of the Gold Report. That's 14 months for only $600. We're offering Tom O'Brien's dynamic weekly newsletter at only $10 a week, half off the regular monthly price. By taking advantage of this special offer, you also get a signed copy of Tom O'Brien's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, an $88 value. The Gold Report is published every Tuesday and provides subscribers with Tom O'Brien's expert commentary on the industry, as well as detailed information on a variety of mining equities. This offer is valid for current or new subscribers, but is only good through this week and ends this Sunday, December 21st. Lock in the low rate of only $10 a week for the Gold Report by placing your order at the front page of TFNN.com today. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
We're told to follow our passion and everything else will fall into place. I hope that's what each of you are doing each and every day. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com, and my passion for technical analysis is what led me to the most fundamental discovery in pattern recognition, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator, market scanner, and trading strategy, a set of tools that identify the momentum and power of the trend, the likes of which have never been seen before, for every market and every time frame. Yes, folks, the trend is your friend, unless you're on the other side. New to technical analysis? This is the place to start. And experienced traders take advantage of the trend like never before. Experience the power of the Rhodes Momentum Indicator each day, available to subscribers of my newsletter service, Mastering Probability. I guarantee your satisfaction for the next 30 days unconditionally, so there's no risk to you other than being on the wrong side of the trend. Mastering Probability, available on the homepage of TFNN.com. And folks, live with passion.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investments, and whether you're bullish or bearish on U.S. Treasuries, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund is currently offering 4-year first mortgages on many of the fully renovated properties that it has purchased. The first mortgages are third-party appraised with a maximum loan-to-value ratio of 70%, providing a secured investment that pays a fixed return of 5% annually, which works out to a monthly income of more than $416 per $100,000 investment with your principal intact and secured. These 4-year first mortgages are perfect for anyone looking for a secured investment that provides monthly income much like a CD. For more information, email tigerfund@tfnn.com or click on the Tiger Real Estate Opportunity Fund banner along the right side of the tfnn.com homepage, or call our office directly at 877-518-9190. There's a limited supply, so act now.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We had the Dow Industrials finish up 154, NASDAQ up 16, S&P's up 6.5. Now let's go over to our man, Mr. Sean Cruz from TD Ameritrade Think or Swim, as we do each and every Monday at 35 past the second hour. And don't forget, folks, every Tuesday, right here at TFNN, Think or Swim has the best option show on the planet. It's broadcast from 12 to 1 Eastern Standard Time. You can get all the programming at TFNN right on your cell phone. All you do is you put TFNN.mobi. If you want to hear the audio, you want to get the video plus the audio, Tiger TV, put TFNN.com. You'll see the TV on the top right-hand side. You hit that, and you can get the audio plus the video. Now, if you haven't test drove the Think or Swim platform yet, folks, it's an outstanding platform. I use it each and every day, whether I'm trading options, commodities, futures, or currencies. It's all on one platform. You can come over to our website at TFNN. You're there right now. Hit the banner. It's on the top or the side. You can bring the accounts up. They let you trade with paper money so you can see how vibrant the platform is. Sean Cruz, what's going on?
Not much, man. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Well, thanks for coming on. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
So we're coming into the end of the year. You know, it's pretty amazing volatility-wise. We just, you know, you talk about up, down, and all around. I mean, you know, if we go back to the beginning of the month, we were at 1153. You get up to 25 and back to 15.
Yeah, that was, I mean, those are some serious moves we saw in volatility. You know, but you start seeing those elevated levels of volatility, and it does give you, you know, especially for option traders, a lot of opportunity, you know, to maybe put on some new positions and do what you want to do, which is be a seller of premium if at all possible.
Sure. And, you know, Sean, on Friday, that was the first time it seems that this year, I mean, I know it's quad witcher, but it was the first time this year that we really had big juice in the marketplace, meaning those volumes came in at the end of the day that were pretty huge. So there must have been a lot of folks that were either putting positions on or protecting positions in this option expiration.
There were, and, you know, I was kind of looking at that and comparing it to volumes, you know, you were seeing around this time last year. It's certainly definitely a lot more action in there. It was, I think, a lot of people are trying to adjust their portfolios going into the end of the year, and I think I'll be interested to see what they start to do in the beginning of January, where they're going to start maybe parking some money if they're going to try and buy some dips, or, you know, maybe sell some things when they're at highs. So
yeah, it's a close call, isn't it, man? Because what you have, folks, is that if you look statistically, the market is up. There's no two ways about that. What you have, however, is that because of that one downdraft that we had in October, I think it probably spooked a lot of the larger money managers that they better be covered, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
If they're some of those guys, we're hit another all-time high today.
Yes.
And some of these guys have been in there and they've been riding it for a while. They don't want to be the guy to tell their clients why they didn't take some money off the board when they were up 10, 15, maybe even 20% of their lucky.
Yeah.
So I think if they don't take something off, they'll definitely come in and maybe hedge.
Yes. Now, there is no doubt that, TD Ameritrade, Thinkorswim, inside the option market, it's basically, options seem to say kind of where the market can go. What is the retail client feeling like right now?
We've seen some clients, they make pretty good decisions. If you look at the TIMX indicator, you see, we kind of see where our clients are going, where they're moving into, where they're out.
Okay.
And they're taking some, they're selling some things when they're at highs and maybe rotating into, certain plays that maybe will work better. You see some people move into some of your dividend stocks. You see them selling, Tesla, Apple, at highs. So
okay.
So we're seeing our clients kind of, all across the board.
Nice. Now, I know you're in that windy city, man. What's the weather outlook coming into the holidays?
Oh, it's not as brutal as it was last year. So I just flew back in from Vegas last night, and it was a lot nicer in Vegas, I'll tell you that.
Okay, so were you working there or on vacation?
I was on vacation.
Oh, good for you, man. Good for you. Well, listen, man, we appreciate the update. Are you going to be doing the program tomorrow?
I will be.
That's a beautiful thing. So we have Chad. Chad's on vacation, right? Is he on vacation?
He's not around.
Okay. Well,
I don't know if he's going to be back this week or if he's just going to, maybe he'll pop back in the office sometime in 2015.
I know. Hey, can you imagine that we're going to be saying 2015 now?
I always look at it and what I'm doing. So if I'm doing a calendar spread and, I want to buy one that's kind of further out.
Yes.
I always think I'm already buying out in the February 2015. So it's crazy when you think about that.
It is crazy, man. In particular, putting up even the future symbols, man, to put that 5 on it, it's going to take me another week or so. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like you're just so used to putting 4 at the end of it. Do you know what I mean? It's pretty wild.
And then you also got to make sure you're not that guy in the office who sends out something and dates it, January 5th, 2014.
No doubt. No doubt. Well, listen, Sean, we appreciate the update. We look forward to the program. The program tomorrow, folks, 12 to 1 Eastern Standard Time, direct from TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim's headquarters right in beautiful Chicago, Illinois. Listen, you have a great night, safe night. Of course, we look forward to the program tomorrow.
All right, you take care.
Thanks, man.
Bye.
Take care. 877-927-6648. And what you will see, folks, there's no doubt the type of volume that we got on Friday, that was a big number, and what you didn't have. So what you have is this: when you're pushing volume into a swing point, swing high, you're gonna break the high. That's what we have. The real question here is going to be, can high hold, and what type of juice are we going to have on it? The probability that you get the juice now goes down dramatically. Why? Because we're in a holiday week. That's what that comes down to. So what you are going to have, it's going to be, does the price hold? Because the price holds, hey, we know you can go higher. The IBB is the number to keep your eye on in a big way, because the IBB, the biotech index, came south today with volume. We did 2.1 million shares. That's after making a high on Friday with 2 million. But what you have, the correlation, that doesn't seem like that much, and it isn't. But what the correlation is that the amount of volume that was in this market Friday versus today is almost about 30 to 40% higher. Inside that IBB, the 4 main stocks that were bringing the NDX 100 lower were all biotechs, and they all came down with volume. You had Gilead down 15.55. Regeneron was down 14.47. Amgen was down 5.64, and Celgene was down 3.68. if that gets a follow through out here, that's something that's going to be pretty intense. It's going to be, no doubt, fast and furious. Dollar index is the thing you want to also keep your eye on, because we do have the dollar index closed at its highs. No juice behind the move, however, but what the market will be able to do is push things around in an extraordinary way. We go over to the Dow Industrials, Big Blue, which has been a dead cat bounce. That's up 293 today. That was the third highest mover in the Dow. You got to remember, Big Blue went straight down from 195 to 150. And what I suspect you're going to have here, this is going to be a dead cat bounce. I suspect it will get up there in 4 or 5 million, right into 166.69. That was the October 20th low. And that's in the smaller basis, short-term basis, rather. Longer-term, Big Blue blew out its bottom, blew it out with volume. What that is setting up right now, that's setting up a run down to about 116. So you're talking about some pretty intense price points that Big Blue wants to come down to, and we'll see where that whole thing does shake out. Coming into the end of the year, it looks to me like there's going to be really probably no surprises, meaning they'll be able to keep this market. They should be able to keep this market. First, it'll get up to the highs, maybe you back off a little. There's not going to be a lot of action in this market as we come into Wednesday. Friday, we are open. We're going to be broadcasting on Friday, and that is a full day coming this Friday. Same type of setup, though. The day after Christmas, the day after New Year's. The day after New Year's might be a little bit different. The day after New Year's could be a little bit different. Realistically, it would be 2 weeks from today where this market would be saying, okay, take it or leave it. And that, I suspect, is going to be a big number. The reason being also is that you're going to have selling coming into the end of the year, and what that's going to be about is two different issues. You're going to have folks that have some good winners. They're going to want to sell those winners, and as they're selling those winners, if they have some losers, they're going to want to sell those losers to straighten it out, so they're not going to be paying any capital gains tax. I suspect, we're going to see some of that. So we're going to see some shuffling around here. This is Tom O'Brien. This is TFNN. Dow Industrials finished up 154. NASDAQ up 16. S&P's up 6.5. Gold down $20 at $11.75. Silver down 39 cents at $15.63. You stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or Tiger TV streams. We say you can.
Each and every time that the dollar ticks higher, S&P wants higher price. Each and every time that the dollar's ticking lower, guess what? S&P wants lower price. Dollar, the metals, and the S&P are going tick for tick.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien. Welcome back, folks. We had the Dow Industrials finish up 154, NASDAQ 16, S&Ps up 7.89. So the S&Ps, the SPX, folks, is at a high, closed at the high. We're at 2078.54. Well, it's a closing high. The high is actually 2079.47. The SPY, I expect what you'll see that is that'll get into this high out here tomorrow. We're at 207.47. That is 208.47. And we'll see whether the price can actually hold. Now, the composite, NASDAQ composite, is at 47.81, and that high up there is 4810. So you get about another $20 to get up into that level. The Dow is going to be the main number that only needs right now 44.64 to be exact to get into 18,000. We had hit 17,991.19 on the December 5th level, and I'm sure Art Cashin from the down the NYSE floor this time he's not going to put the hat on, because what did happen is that CNBC was interviewing him. He put the 18,000 hat on, and guess what? Right at that particular point, the Dow goes from 17,991 down to 17,067. And you know, I remember not him, just in general. That happening, the exact same thing happened when the Dow was at 10,000. And needless to say, it's just kind of the way it works inside the marketplace. It went down after that, then, of course, came all the way back. We go into that, looking at that gold market in correlation of where the dollar is. Now, the dollar is at highs. If we go over to the GLD, and you see the type of weakness that the GLD is coming down on. We came down in 7.4 million shares. Price, we came down at 222. We are at 112.55. The 112.55 is going into an 18 million day as well as a 14 million day. So the way that is set up is that it does not have the juice in order to bust those lows out. It's going to go after them. Right now, I suspect this way it's a close call in the contract itself, because the contract, well, I'll stay with the GLD for a second. The GLD is at 112.55. I want to see this thing above 112.88. The contract, now, the futures contract has come down with dramatically lighter volume. We did 122,000 contracts out here today versus 342,000 contracts. The wild card, of course, is that does this dollar want to run to the 2005 highs, which is 92? If that's the case, then that could be problematic for the metals market for all commodities in general. The 2005 high is 92.53. We closed today at 89.91, and that's 200 ticks over the high that was established out here in 09. So we'll see if that can hold up and hold up tomorrow. We go take a look at the Asian markets. Hang Seng was up 1.2%. The rest of them were kind of flat across the board. What you do have that is a little game changer here, and will turn into a larger game changer, is that if you're familiar with the IMF, folks, the IMF is it's supposedly International Monetary Fund, but it's really a fund that the U.S. is backed, puts the bread into, and what they do is that they come into countries that need money, but if you are going to get money off the IMF, you are going to get crucified by the IMF. There's no two ways about it. The IMF does not have a great track record in coming into countries, putting bread into them without crucifying the country in general. And most times it doesn't come out right. What has changed here, and this is changing in the context of the power that China has, is that whether we're talking Venezuela, whether you're talking Russia right now, they are coming in and they are doing deals specifically with those countries. So what does it mean in the context of where this is going? Well, what you have China is a power, and I suspect what you're going to see is you're going to see less the restrictions that are getting laid out on Russia. Yeah, they'll hurt, but they're not going to hurt as much as many folks think they're going to hurt. China today did a swap with the Russian government, meaning inside the yuan for rubles. Now, it doesn't help the selling of rubles. What it does specifically do, though, is give them cash flow and something to back into, and that's a big deal. So I'm sure the IMF is going to be yapping away here. Bottom line is that that's what makes a market, folks, and it's going to be pretty wild watching this whole thing shake out. There's no doubt about it. If we take a look at the silver market, SIH5. So what we have in silver is this. Silver came down today 36 cents, 30,000 contracts. So silver is going to give us the first inclination is that this low is going to hold, because we are at 15.65 right now, and silver went as low as 14.15, monster volume. But I suspect what you're going to see is at 15. It looks like so tomorrow morning is going to be a number, because 15.54 right now. Tomorrow wants to be tested. We tested 15.53 today. A lot lighter volume, but that low of that 15.53 will get tested once again. Don't forget, folks, at TFNN, every trading day, We start live programming 8 o'clock in the morning. We go 8 to 6 live programming. Then we take that and replay it overnight. You can get all that programming right on your cell phone, tfnn.mobi. If you'd like to get Tiger TV, of course, you get the charts, you get the audio, you get the video. Right on your cell phone again, tfnn.com. And then on the right-hand side, you'll see the TV right there. Hit that TV. You'll get the charts. You'll get the whole ball of wax. And, of course, don't forget our man, Mr. John Logan. He'll kick you off at 8 o'clock in the morning. Steve Rhodes comes up next. Basil Chapman. Our man, Larry Pesavento, Daryl Martin, Dave White, and then myself. And then tomorrow what you're going to have is that you got a great option show sponsored by TD Ameritrade. Sean Cruz is going to be the host on that. That program is from 12 to 1 Eastern Standard Time. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it like a nice big motion picture. Step into it, take ownership of it, and fly with it. Thanks for being here, folks. Have a great night, safe night. We look forward to speaking to you right here tomorrow. Wow! Go get them, folks.